Now, the iPhone 15 Plus has proven to me that many people do not need the iPhone 15 Pro or even the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Because when you break it down, the iPhone 15 Plus has done and will do anything that the 15 Pro Max will do. It's given me the same experience, and there was only one noticeable difference between the two phones, which was the lower refresh rate when scrolling. But other than that, what's different? Taking a look at the 15 Pro and Pro Max, most people don't use telephoto cameras, most people don't care about 5x zoom, the processing chips are extremely identical in terms of power, and most people don't care about the higher refresh rate or a titanium finish. And using these phones side by side made it even more identical to me. The iPhone 15 Plus looks the same, the display looks phenomenal, the battery life is damn near the same, the software, charging speeds, camera specs, and everything you could want out of an iPhone is in the iPhone 15 Plus. And it's also a cheaper price, so personally, I seriously question why the iPhone 15 Pro Max is wanted more than the iPhone 15 Plus, when the iPhone 15 Plus is a phone that has much better value for most people. And in this video, I will be sharing my experience with the iPhone 15 Plus after 3 months of use. Now, looking at the battery, the iPhone 15 Plus handled everything extremely well. I was able to get pretty heavy usage out of it since I shoot videos with my iPhones. And other than shooting videos, I'm usually checking up on my Instagram and TikTok analytics, watching YouTube videos, scrolling through Twitter, and checking up on emails throughout the day. And I never had to use power saving mode since the battery was able to last me all day with no problem. And as long as I got up to 6 hours of screen time, I basically could use any power heavy app that I wanted. I was very comfortable doing whatever needed to be done on this phone and was always sure that it would last me till the end of the day. On a daily basis, I'm getting 6 to 7 hours of screen time a day, ending my days with very low percentage, but still never feeling like I needed to cut corners to extend the battery. Charging on the 15 Plus had little to no problem since I would mostly charge it overnight. There was a few times where I forgot to charge it at night, so I charged it while I was getting ready for the day, and it was always on 80 to 100%. Now, one of the best things related to the battery is that the iPhone 15 Plus has a USB-C port, and this came in extremely clutch since I'm able to use one charger for all of my devices, my Nintendo Switch, laptop, PS5 controller, AirPods case, and many more. All having the same charger was the best whenever I was in another city. But besides the convenience of USB-C, the 15 Plus's battery is damn near the exact same as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, making that $900 price tag even more convincing. So now that we've taken a look at the battery, let's get into what's been holding up very well over the past 3 months, the design and build quality. Now, out of every phone in the market, the base iPhone 15s are some of the best in terms of look and feel. The arched smooth curves complemented with a very boxy frame, and I think that this is the best in terms of aesthetic. And my favorite part is that it has the matte back that has been great at dealing with fingerprints, and the matte sides are also really great at deflecting fingerprints. It was also very easy to clean whenever I spill or drop my phone in something dirty, and I really wish that every phone was this practical for everyday use. Now, looking at weight, the iPhone 15 Plus feels pretty much lighter than it looks, and not only is it lighter than the pretty heavy 15 Pro Max, but it's also lighter than the smaller iPhone 15 Pro, which adds to its comfortable feel. Holding it was very easy, watching YouTube videos in landscape mode was cool, and holding it vertically felt even better. And overall, the 15 Plus's aesthetic has matched much more pricier phones. The dynamic island notch was a nice touch, but other than that, it looks the same as the previous Pro model iPhones. And yes, this is nice, but next year I would like to see Apple switch it up because their innovation is really lacking. Their version of new is something that they've already created before, so that tells you how far behind they are. Now, looking at the display, the iPhone 15 Plus has been holding up very well, and in terms of resolution, it can easily go toe-to-toe with the best phones in the game. The only problem that I have with it is that it has a 60Hz refresh rate, which basically means that the scrolling feels much more choppy than the 15 Pro or Pro Max. And I know that many people won't have a problem with this, but I always feel like it's my job as a nerd to mention it, because really, this is the only phone that's this expensive and still doesn't have a 90 to 120Hz refresh rate. The 15 Plus has a ceramic shield display. Yes, it is supposed to be more crack resistant, but Apple has had more problems with scratch resistance, so it would be nice if they could improve that as well. The premium look is the best attribute that this display has. The colors pop, the smoothness was apparent, and like most iPhones, it was visually stunning. The brightness has improved over last year's 14 Plus, and if you're outside with the 15 Plus, it can reach up to 1600 nits of peak brightness, and the biggest thing that I took away was the fact that the screen was still able to pop as much as if I were inside the house, giving this premium display some continuity. Face ID is still holding up very well, and I think that it's pretty much confirmed that the iPhone has always had the best facial recognition in the game, and 2023 is just another year of Apple dominating in this category. Now, the last thing that I wanted to touch on when it comes to the display was just how good it looks when watching content, movies, and videos on social media. The resolution has never disappointed me in the slightest, and I'm glad that this is a very big display that was able to enhance the experience. And now moving on to camera, the 15 Plus has pretty much been keeping up the same consistency over the past 3 months. The camera software continues to push the envelope and make my photos look as realistic as possible. The selfies were top tier. Different objects in different environments were able to flourish. And I'm still very happy that the 15 Plus is at 48 megapixels. Night mode photos are kind of a step down and not really impressive to me, but they got the job done. And my biggest concern was the consistency of the software. Sometimes the photos look good and other times it's too dark, so there's really no in between. Zoom photos are top notch as well. There aren't that many zoom modes to choose from, but you can always use digital zoom, which works fine if you parked your car and you need to see signs from far away. Selfies on the 15 Plus were among the best in the smartphone market. I love how it handles my skin tone. I love how it looks realistic while adjusting little details, and I still believe that I have yet to find a phone with better selfies. Videos on the 15 Plus are the best in its price range. The autofocus, many different modes, impressive stabilization, and quality was very consistent, which made me want to shoot videos on it. You can shoot up to 4K. You can also shoot up to 60 frames per second. You can go into cinematic mode, slow-mo, and editing the videos, which was just as impressive. The stabilization was solid, pans were smooth along with brightness and contrast, and the smoothness was all top tier. And I want to give you guys some of my random footage that I was able to capture with my 15 Plus. And alright you guys, that's it for my review on the iPhone 15 Plus. It's a phone that I feel that 99% of iPhone 15 Pro Max buyers should get instead. The 15 Pro Max is damn near never used to its full capabilities, and if you know that you can't get the most out of the iPhone 15 Pro Max, it feels better to go cheaper and get the same experience. And let me know down in the comments, do you think that the 15 Plus is better than the iPhone 15 Pro Max in terms of value? And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.